Welcome back to another pastry lesson. If this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Today we're going to be making a Mille Feuille. So we'll start by making the fluid gel. This is 350 grams of frozen mixed berries, 45 grams of sugar, and 15 milliliters of lemon juice. And place it on a medium heat for about 10 to 15 minutes until it looks like this. And now you need to strain the liquid into a bowl. I'm doing this on some scales because we need to know the weight of the liquid for later. So I got 200 milliliters total from my frozen berries, so now we need to work out what 1% of that is, because we need to weigh that out in agar. So in my case it is 2 grams. If you get more or less, you can just take some out or add a little bit of water to take you up to the 200 milliliters. Now add your strained liquid back to your saucepan and place it on a high heat so it boils, and then you're going to sprinkle over your agar and then whisk for 2 minutes on the boil and then remove from the heat. Nothing much will have changed yet, but you're going to grab a wide dish and pour the mixture into there so you can refrigerate it to set. Okay, now that's done, place it in the fridge for about 30 minutes. Now you can see this is very well set, so you're going to break it into pieces and place it into a blender and blend until just smooth. If you leave this in your blender for too long, it will go really runny. Okay, so now it's blended, we're just going to strain it one more time to make sure there is no lumps whatsoever, and you should have a nice thick smooth gel. And keep this in your fridge until ready to use. And now we're just going to make some chocolate decorations. So I've melted some dark chocolate, made myself something called a cornet, which is just a small piping bag, and I'm just piping shapes here. To do this particular one, it's just an oval and 2 triangles, and put in the freezer to set. Now we're going to make some creme patissiere, so we'll start with 300 milliliters of milk, which we're going to just bring to a simmer, and then we're going to add our 3 egg yolks into this bowl, along with the sugar, the vanilla, the custard powder and the flour. And now whisk all this together until there's no lumps left. Pour in a little bit of your hot milk whilst whisking. This is called tempering the eggs, it's just to raise the temperature slowly so they don't scramble. And now the rest of your hot milk whilst whisking still. And now you can pour it all back into your saucepan and place on a medium heat whilst whisking the entire time until very thick. And here's what it looks like when it's done. However, once it comes off, make sure you continue to whisk for a couple of minutes because there'll be a lot of residual heat in the bottom of that pan and you can get a layer of scrambled egg at the bottom. Now transfer your creme patissiere into a cold bowl, cover tightly and refrigerate until ready. Now moving on to our creme chantilly, you're going to take 240 milliliters of double cream, 50 grams of caster sugar and 5 milliliters of vanilla extract, and you'll whisk this until stiff peaks. Make sure when you get to this stage you stop whisking or you'll split the cream. And the final element we need for our mille feuille is some puff pastry. So take some ready rolled puff pastry, lay it on a lined baking sheet, put another bit of baking paper over the top and another same size baking sheet on top of that, and then you'll want to weigh it down with something. Here I'm just going to use 2 Pyrex bowls, and into the oven at 200 degrees for about 20 minutes or until golden brown. Once cooked, place on a wire rack and leave to cool until room temperature. And now that it's cool, we just need to cut it into even sized pieces. For this I strongly suggest you get yourself one of these pastry knives. It looks similar to a bread knife, but the serrations on this are actually rounded so that it doesn't tear the pastry apart. As always, I'll put the link to the equipment in the description. Now cut the pastry carefully into even sized pieces, however big you want your mille feuille to be, but do make sure they are even or your end product will not look good. And that's all your prep finished. Remember, if you like this sort of thing, make sure you click that subscribe button. Let's plate.